Okay, these are my 5 tips. I was kind of happy to hear a lot of the things being repeated. That's a good sign. These are, and some of you guys may have heard this. I teach these 5 things all the time. So when you said 5 sparring tips, I was like, right on. Don't overly complicate it. Let's see. Okay, so my first one is become a master of movement. Okay, footwork is the foundation of Taekwondo sparring. Okay, so you need to learn, practice, train, and apply good footwork. Okay, how do you use the ring? How do you get yourself into position? How do you get yourself out of position? Footwork is the best offensive and defensive tool you have in your arsenal. You can put yourself in a good place, or you can put yourself in a bad place. So you're either going to be in position to do what you need to do, or out of position to attack or defend. You can easily get yourself into trouble if you have poor footwork. You can also get yourself into a huge advantageous position with good footwork. So constantly training footwork is critical. Number 2, okay, and this is very simple. You should have a plan. This is up to the coach. The coach needs to be the one responsible for this. You should never enter the ring without a basic strategy. Okay, you and your coach should create a clear and simple strategy based on your skill set and what's known about the opponent that you have for that coming match. The simplest plan is always the best plan. Okay, and we're going to talk about why in a second. Okay, number 3, okay, and this is important both for the World Cup and World Championship high-level competition. Anything where there's a long round or 2 rounds. In sparring matches, there are very limited opportunities that are going to present when you have 2 elite level fighters. Okay, you may have 3 or 4 very clear-cut opportunities to score in a particular match. So you need to take advantage of every single one. Okay, the competitor who effectively takes advantage of those opportunities is generally the winner when you have 2 high-level athletes. Okay, it's a skill game, right? So the one that exercises and optimizes the opportunity to exercise their skill set, their strategy, they're generally the winner. Okay, so that's where the timer can help you or hurt you. Okay, so it's very, very important to have that awareness of the clock, and that's interaction with your coach. Number 4, make sure that your plan that you went in with is flexible. Okay, things change in a sparring match. So you and your coach enter the match with a simple, clear plan, but during the match, your coach has you're going to have some tunnel vision as a competitor. Your coach is going to see the entire match as a sum total. They're going to see what's going on with the opposing coach. They're going to see what's going on with the footwork and the strategy of the opponent. And as a result, they'll be able to change the plan. They'll see if there are flaws in the plan they sent you in with, and that's going to be a living thing. A sparring match is a living thing. It's not fixed. So adjustments have to be made in real time as needed. So obviously in a two-minute round match, a lot of those adjustments will happen during that 1-minute rest in between. During a World Cup match, it's a long 3-minute round. You're going to have be very astute and you're listening to your coach. But you have to be open as a competitor to the adjustments during the match. Okay, if you keep trying to hammer a nail into something that's just not working for you, you're going to be stuck. All right, and you're not going to be able to make the adjustments that you need in order to have a winning strategy and a winning plan. And this one you guys have heard before. Listen to your coach. Okay, a lot of us have been saying this. Okay, this is really, really important, and this is part of that relationship. And the only way you get good at this is doing a lot of rounds with a lot of people talking to you. Okay, as a competitor, it's critical that you pay attention to your coach's instructions prior, during, and after each match. Okay, if you're advancing, there are going to be more instructions and more information for your coach to give you. Okay, the coach can see things differently during the match than you can. Okay, so they're going to communicate what they're seeing and what's going on to you as a competitor, and you're going to be putting that to work. Now, if you are not coachable, so this is athletic ability alone is not going to get you there. If you are not coachable, you will stagnate as a competitor. Okay, if you want to be able to get over that hurdle to the highest levels, you need to be coachable. You need to grow as a competitor. And those are my 5 things.
This is your last 5. You might have heard some of these before. And as I mentioned in the chat, we didn't talk to each other about these. We wanted to see if there were things that overlapped or maybe some different takes on similar ideas. First one is be active instead of reactive for me. So for me, in a sparring match, you have limited time. You have limited time to score. You got to be scoring first. When you get on top in the match, then you have a lot of different options for counterattacking, for your movement. You force your competitor out of their game plan. So for me, I want to start active with my plan. I don't want to go in there and go, hey, let's just see what happens. We have to go in there with an active mindset, with the agenda of getting on top first. Watch the red fighter. He's testing. Blitz followed by head kick right on top. He checked what was going on. He was active. The other blue competitor was waiting to see what happened. And what he waited to see what happened was a foot in his head right after a blitz. Very simple attacking technique. Hey, have a plan A and a plan B. This speaks to Master Fruitstone's idea. Hey, you got to have a plan. You need to have an agenda. You go in there, you see who your competitor is. Your coach is setting it up for you. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do moving forward. Now, if that doesn't work out, you got to have plan B. That often happens at the midpoint between two rounds. That coach says, hey, by the way, this didn't work very well. You just got kicked in the head. We're down. We have to do something different. Here's another strategy we have to try. As a competitor, you got to be flexible. So B just got hit in the head. This is the second round, start of second round. He's aware of that technique that the red has tried a couple of times on him. He's got to get up. He's got to pressure. He's got to move forward. That's the ground when they go. Being aggressive and taking him out of the ring. Being careful. He doesn't want to eat more stuff. You saw him step offline. B stepped offline and did an initial kick. He also finished with the last punch. He may have got scored on, but he was first in the initiation of the kick, and he also was third. He didn't finish that opportunity to score with not being first and third. Very important. Third one, use the edge effectively. The edge is where all the points happen. It's in the corner. It's on the sideline. It's very important to know and have scenarios and have techniques and strategies for when you're in the corner, when you have your opponent in the corner. You can expect an opponent who's under pressure to come out of that corner powerfully. You should use that to your advantage. Watch red in the corner. He used a fadeaway lead leg side kick and he went out of bounds. He scored 2 points and took a warning. We'll do that all day long. Okay. You need to be able to fight moving forward and backward. Sometimes we get in a mindset that offense, power, and pressure, I got to move forward. I got to move forward and move forward. You need to be able to switch this up all the time. The solo bays do this fantastically. They are striking you as they're going away from you, and they're striking you as you're coming forward. Watch red. Forward, forward, forward. Backward, 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 out of bounds. Take a warning, scored 4 points. Last one is get the head kick. Head kicks are seen by all the judges. Master A talked about the punch being seen. You get that head kick up there, at least 3 judges can see it very commonly, okay? You should have a lot of strategies to figure out how you're going to get a head kick in a match. It's 3 points. It's going to take 3 punches to make up for it, okay? You can eat some punches. You get that head kick. A lot of people see it. It affects the mood of your competitor. It affects so much. You should have a strategy throughout your round, the composition of the round, to get the head kick. Teach your opponent with a body kick over and over and over again, and then all of a sudden it's slight change, head kick. That's one way to do it. You school your opponent, but you give them bad information. Watch red. Boom, head kick. Bonus tip, just like what you just saw, this was an examination of one of my competitors' matches at the World Championship. We broke it down. We took a look at it. We tried to see how things would change and how you'd want to improve. You need to be a student of the game. You need to know the rules. And that sets us up as the segue here. You need to discover your weaknesses. You need to figure out a plan of action for fixing those weaknesses. And remember, you learn the most from a loss. Okay, you can take that loss and really use it as fuel for your next match. Let's see.